Hello, here we are again. It's Wednesday, our last day of school. Sad day of school because we should all be here together having fun on the last day of school. But God has chosen something different for us. But today, this is our last Bible story. Mrs. Kraft was going to do a whole video with singing songs. Do you want that? Oh, maybe I'll get brave and do that. I don't know. I miss you in here singing with me. You give me lots of energy and we get all excited when we're trying to do things, and Mrs. Kraft's hands are going every which way. But today we're going to say our memory verse one more time. Today, call me or send me a video of you doing this memory verse, okay? It's our last one. You can do it. Remember, I forgot the part that says Jesus replied or Jesus said. So you just have to know this much because that was Mrs. Kraft's mistake. Let's say it together. Are you ready? Matthew 22:37. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Yesterday, we had a little story, Mrs. Kraft's favorite story from when she was a little girl, about the little red hen. You know what? That little red hen and that farmer, they used their good minds that God gave them to protect them from the fire. Today, we have another one of Mrs. Kraft's little favorite stories. It's called The Little Boat Twice Owned. Wonder what that means. We've been talking about money and change. Wonder what that means. A little boat twice owned. Let's find out what happens about this little boat. Are you ready? Okay. I got my pages ready. Okay. This is an old book. My mom gave me this book. It's one that she used to tell me when I was in her Sunday school class and in junior church together. Okay, you ready? Can you see the picture? Bruce loved the sea and boats. To spend a day at the harbor watching the boats sail in and out was to him like the best day ever that he could ever imagine. Do you like going to the water? Mrs. Kraft loves when our kids were small, we would go to the beach and I would just sit on that beach in my chair, because remember, I don't swim, and read a book or pick up shells. Just spend time with my girls listening to those waves. Do you like going to the beach? Except for when you get burnt to a crisp. He lived with his parents in a town located along the shores of a great lake. And one desire was to have a little boat of his own to sail upon those blue waters. Wouldn't it be fun to have a little boat to sail? Yeah, you can make a nice boat. Maybe, remember when we did our 100th day? We made boats out of tinfoil. We better make a better boat than that. That boat was not very sturdy, was it? Now remember, this is an old book, so the pictures look a little different, okay? There we go. One day his father said, Bruce, why don't you make a boat? I will give you the materials and you can use my workshop and build your own boat. Wouldn't that be exciting? Especially with all the time we have on our hands. This brought joy to the heart of Bruce, and not long after that, he showed his father a boat that he had designed all by himself. And that's the one he wanted to make. I believe he liked it a bit more than he would have any other that he could have bought because he made it all by himself. He wanted that boat, especially certain ways. He wanted to have the red stripe and the blue on the bottom. He even had Mom help him make the sails so the wind could catch them. He knew exactly what he wanted. Are you good at creating things? Do you have something in your mind that you want to create? I know you do. That's right. What love he put into making that little boat. He painted it red and blue and with white sails and displayed the colors of our flag, red, white, and blue. That's right. It was not a large boat. It couldn't carry people, but it was just the right size. I like that. Don't you like that? I do too. He did a very nice job. But the best part about this boat, he could sail it on the lake. That's right. It actually didn't sink. It's floated on top. He made a long cord so he could hold on to it so it could go out a little bit. Then he could pull the cord back in. That's right. That was a very smart thing to have, wasn't it? One beautiful day, down to the lake went Bruce. He jumped into the lake, and as he swam around, imagine his joy when he saw the boat proudly gliding on those blue waves. Of course, it glided here and there, but he still had that long cord to hold on to. All went well for a while until clang, 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 rang the fire alarm. Oh my goodness, a fire. There's a fire someplace. Yes. The fire engine could be heard in the distance. Hurriedly fastening the cord, Bruce was off with the others. It was a big fire. A city block was swept away, and Bruce lingered with the many others for a long time. They went to see where the big fire was. That was pretty exciting. Now, this is a story long ago. Would it be safe to go near that fire without mom or dad? No, it wouldn't. So remember, this is a pretend story about long ago. The little boat, when he got back, he went all the way to the lakefront to get the little boat that he had tied to that dock. And when he got there was no little boat. The boat was nowhere. He looked way out far. He looked under the dock. He looked beside the dock. He looked in the bushes. There was no boat. His boat was gone. That's right. Along the shore went Bruce, straining with his eyes for a glimpse of that red, white, and blue boat. But no, he couldn't find anywhere. No trace of that boat anywhere. His father suggested buying a new one for him, but Bruce said, "No, that would not be the one that I made. I won't like it as well." He was very sad. Would that make you sad? It'd be like if you ran outside real quick and came back in and one of your toys was missing, and you looked everywhere for it, and it was your favorite toy. That's right. Well, weeks went by, and then one day a strange thing happened. Walking down the main street of his hometown with his father, Bruce spied a little boat in the store window. "Oh, Daddy," he cried, "there's my boat. My little red, white, and blue boat." "Are you sure?" Father asked. "Oh, yes, I'm sure. See the mark on the front?" "But Bruce, there's a price on that boat. It's for sale," his father continued. "How could it be for sale? It was his boat." They entered the store, and Bruce, to his father's amazement, went up to the storekeeper. "This is not your boat," he said. Then Bruce's father explained to the puzzled storekeeper the story of the little boat, how his son was playing with the boat, and then the fire alarm went off. He tied it to the dock and ran downtown to see what was happening. The storekeeper said he bought this boat from a fisherman the very night of the big fire. Turning to Bruce, the man said, "Son, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you have the boat for the price I paid the fisherman. Will that be all right with you?" He has to buy back his own boat? What do you think about that? But it really belonged to him. Bruce's face gave away the answer. So with his own money, he purchased the little boat he himself had made. He had just enough money in his pocket to buy back that boat. Lovingly, Bruce took the little boat in his arms, and as he left the store, his father heard him say, "Little boat, you are really twice mine now. You are mine because I made you, and mine because I bought you." You know what, boys and girls? That's like us. All we like sheep have gone astray from the great God who made us. But he sent his only son to pay the price, the enormous price, his own blood, on Calvary's cross to buy us back. God made us, but yet he had to pay a price for us so that we could go to heaven with him. So now we are twice his. First, because he made us in Genesis 1:26. Then he lost us. Remember Genesis 3? Satan came, tempted Eve. They had to leave the garden. That's right, he lost us. Second, because he had redeemed us and bought us back. John 1:12 says, but as many of us as children, it's a gift of God. That's right. And when we receive Christ as our Savior, we become his children and belong to him again. Remember yesterday I said if you've never asked Jesus into your heart and you would like to, that's still the same message Mrs. Kraft will always have. It's my privilege as your teacher in a Christian school to be able to share with you the love of Jesus and what Jesus has done for me. I was not the nicest child. No. I was mean to my brother and sisters. I talked back to my mom and dad. That wasn't right. But Jesus convicted me. Jesus said, you've got to stop that. That's sin. That's wrongdoing. And Jesus forgave me of my sin. Do I still do everything right? Heavens no. Have you seen mistakes on these videos? Yes. Boys and girls, but Jesus does forgive. He loves us so much that he bought us twice, just like Bruce had to do with his boat. He made us. He created us. We turned our back on God because we're sinners. But then God made a way. He gave us Jesus who died on the cross. Let's say our verse one more time. Are you ready? Here we go. Matthew 22:37. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. You know, Lord, I've given the Lord my heart. I've said, Lord, take me, use me. I've given him my soul. That means my being. I come to school to serve Jesus. I serve in my church. I teach boys and girls in my church. Maybe you're in my class. That's right. But I want him to take my mind, the parts of me that the devil wants to take. He's the one who puts thoughts in your mind saying, oh, nobody's going to see that. Nobody's going to know. I want Jesus to take those thoughts and get rid of them because I love him with all my heart. I hope today that you love Jesus with all your heart. Okay? Our last Bible story. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. See you on Friday the 15th.